Okay, in order to review what we did today in class, we went over the vertex form of a quadratic function, and we graphed the vertex and identified the axis of symmetry, and then graphed the whole function. So the first thing that you do when you approach one of these problems is you look at what you have. In this case, our function is x, the quantity x plus 4 squared minus 2. From that, we can pull out our vertex. So the first thing you're going to be looking at is inside the parentheses. That's going to be your x coordinate, and outside of the parentheses is going to be your y coordinate. So that gives us an ordered pair of 4 or -4, -2 over here. And we can then just graph that on our coordinate plane. So let's put that point in right there. Okay, so there's our point, and that's our vertex. The next thing that you're going to do is draw on your axis of symmetry, and that goes right through. It's a vertical line that goes right through that point that we just drew. And from that, now you can start to build your quadratic function in a graph. So what I'd like to do is take one unit to the left or to the right, so you can go with any of these numbers here and plug them back into your function. So that's what I've done over here, plugging in a -3 in for x of the original problem and simplifying that. And when you solve over here, you should get -1 and +2. And what that really means is we have an ordered pair of -3, -1. So that's another point I can plot on my graph. And I also know that there's a point at -2, 2. And I can plot that on the graph. All right, and I can really just draw in half of my quadratic function right there. The thing is, now that I have this point and this point, because quadratics are symmetrical, I can also note that there's a point over here, and there's also a point over here. So I can sketch in with those points too, and then there's my quadratic.